Right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I don't know if I said shush it, but... Okay.
I didn't get your line. Oh, there it is.
Hello, hello. We are painting. We finished up our kill team game. It was quite quick. I won, go Nova Tights. And then we decided to flip the table, and
Figuratively.
I mean, it's almost realistic to what we have to do. Put down the paper, put away all the stuff, get snacks. Don't typically have a lot of snacking happening whilst we are playing Kill Team. You don't want to get your don't want to get your models all full of stuff. Okay. What are you doing over there? Okay, I think I've got everything set up. I don't know what I'm doing. I got switched over to an affiliate account, and now there's just a bunch more stuff. And more stuff means more old people confusion happening up in the Claire world. So expect a bit of chat, and Will can entertain you all.
No, that's a lot of pressure.
Is it? Is it a lot of pressure? A lot of pressure? I'm not asking you to properly disco dance for everyone. I mean, you could. I'm sure that would entertain everyone.
Do you have the disco table set up?
Do you have the disco table set up? No camera on the disco table at the moment. All right. I know it's shocking and surprising, but I'm still going to be working on my basilica
Forever.
for the next foreseeable future, possibly lifetime. I will actually start by using the right brush this time, people. I will not use any of those dumb, silly little brushes. I promise. I promise. Okay. Well, I am still working on the gold. Haven't gotten past that. Really haven't done anything of note since last I streamed, to be honest with you, at all. In life or in painting.
You named a conference room.
I named a conference room at work. I got asked to name a conference room at my office. That's the extent of my life goals and what I've been capable of doing. Life's achievement for the day. Life's proper achievement. Conference room names. That's where I'm at in my life. It's my biggest thing I did. You planted a bunch of stuff today. You did actual
Well, I did labor.
laborious work.
I did some labor, that is true.
True.
How do you feel about streaking grime?
It smells. I mean, it looks great. How do I feel about it? You must be painting. What? What is that I hear? Streaking grime? Oh, are we still doing Death Guard over there?
Streaking grime.
Streaking grime is what I think Death Guard smells like. Oh, how does it?
White spirits and some streaking grime.
How does it feel that you have made the formal decision to switch from Death Guard and try your kill team?
And kill team?
Yeah. How does that feel?
I mean, I've had fun with the Death Guard. I just feel like I want to try something else. That's the only kill team army I've played, so.
That's fair.
That is some streaking grime there. It's very,
Oh,
very green.
going to town on the streaking grime.
Yeah, I'll dilute it a bit.
Well, I could switch to my demon army.
Sure, I think it would be interesting to see, like, have a baseline.
Sure.
Mhm.
So, play another one with Novatates against. Yeah.
And then I still think with your Novatates, you've got to,
I should be painting a Novatate right now, is what you're telling me. You said I have something to. What? More? I mean, we did just hit the 30-minute mark.
oh. Generously apply streaking grime.
Generously. No, that's weird. Testing, testing.
Remove the cameras. This is a mine camera here.
Yeah. Yeah, you are very much in camera.
Okay.
Very
I
much
want to
in
make sure
camera.
the streaking grime is visible.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Since this is an enamel, I do some blocking out before I apply it. So. It's hard to paint over.
Do.
Oh!
Oh,
just saw that mistake.
streak and grime
Streak and
down. Streak and grime down.
Just gonna get it off the paper. Just clean it up. Get it up as quick as I can here.
Ah.
Problem with having it on the craft papers, it's gonna smell
That is true. It is gonna smell.
Try to get as much of it as I can.
I don't understand.
The problem with this product too is it doesn't like to stay mixed.
Doesn't like to stay mixed.
No.
Is that because it's oil based?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Oil based. It's the whole oil and water concept.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm mixing with mineral spirits, but it still doesn't like that.
Right. That makes sense.
But you can see it gives that effect. I'm gonna go real liberal with these
Oh, definitely.
barrels.
Definitely. That's the right move. Right move. I have a sneeze brewing. I
have a
have
sneeze brewing?
Sneeze brewing.
Zoom.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
What you doing over there? Is there something going on with the stream?
I am trying to figure out how to make things not annoying, is what I'm trying to do. That is my plan. 'Cause apparently you said it was annoying.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be annoying. But it doesn't really tell me when it's being annoying. You know?
Right.
Enable. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm learning, people. I'm learning. Give me a minute. Okay. Curiouser and curiouser. Alright, I think I made it not annoying. People tell me. Is it annoying? Are things being annoying? Manage directly from my phone, which is cool, except my phone is dying. This isn't going well tonight. This is not going well.
You have been plagued with technical difficulties.
Indeed.
And I've already spilled streaking grime, so.
Oh my goodness. I need a phone charger.
Do you wanna just take this for me?
Sure. You don't need it?
I'm charged.
I am not. I am at 1%. Or under 10, anyway. Under 10%. That's what I am. Okay. I see you now. I see you. That's what I want. I want to see you all. Oh.
God damn it, I just did it again. Oh, you know what? There's like this sticky goo over here that...
Jeez.
Yeah. It's,
Streak and grime down, people.
No, you know what it is? It's that, what is that? It's that goo it's funny. I'm going to show it. I was trying out this swamp green water gel, which is amazing. But I did use it on this, and I can see it's very sticky. So each time I touch this,
that's funny.
It sticks to me, and so I've had 2 spills now.
That is funny. Okay, well.
Okay, well, I feel a little better now because I thought I was just being completely clumsy, but no, I just need to not use the swamp green water gel receptacle for anything but, well, probably just get rid of it.
Yeah.
These little metal tins are great. I mean, they come in packs of like 50, so.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I went with a bunch of different colored barrels because it's really creating kind of a interesting effects here with the green, brown, streaking grime over red and blue, and then with I got rust pigment already on here a little bit, and I'll go over. I'll re-rust these after the streaking grime. Right. Down there.
Streaking grime.
Some puddles on top. And once this dries, I then can go over with a Q-tip and some mineral spirits to take off some excess, or just kind of like make actual streaks. It's a really cool product.
And that's AK?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, cool. Do you like a bit of AK? Don't know what I need. I need something that I don't have.
Washers on the bottom of these. Diorama.
Okay.
What? You okay?
Mm,
Okay.
define. Define. Okay.
You exhausted?
I am. I'm tired. I'm tired of painting this terrain. Tired of whatever is happening with all of the technology today.
Yeah, it's been a day of like
Just nothing is really.
fussy technology.
all
really.
very
Yeah.
fussy. It was fussy yesterday too. My favorite part of yesterday was having to have IT come into the room whilst I was with my boss because I couldn't get connected to the Wi-Fi, which seems like an easy thing. And then only later did I discover that they had changed all of the Wi-Fi stuff last week when I was in the office. After I had left the office, so you know. Wasn't really my fault, and I guess I just didn't want to look like I work at a technology company, not, you know, knowing how to use technology in front of your boss seems a little incorrect. Guess I'm not a coder. I shouldn't be too upset.
Well, I work with engineers, and they have problems too.
That's fair.
As you can see here, as this starts drying, it creates that. It just kind of runs down, creating a realistic
Mm,
kind of collection of oil and grime and
the realistic
water
pox.
water that's rusting.
That's what pox actually looks like. In real time. Poxy creation.
It does, like I said, you need to keep making sure you got the right ratio so it does run.
And what is the ratio you're using?
I'll be honest, I kind of wing it, but it's like 2 parts mineral spirits to 1 part streaking grime, up to 3 to 1. Doesn't have to be exact. You just have to have it runny enough so it's not like totally sticking.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants totally sticky, streaking grime. Well, I'm doing the same thing that I've been doing for the last 50 years or whatever over here. However long this...
It's looking great though.
It is. I'm excited to play with it, so I guess we're gonna have to play 40K.
Right. Which isn't a bad thing.
No, there's worse.
What's funny?
Worse problems
By
to
the time
have.
we get around to playing 40K, there'll be a new edition out. 10th edition is supposedly coming out
On its way.
this summer, I guess.
There's a lot of rumors about all of it because Warhammer's just being silly and
Oh, teasing that image.
putting out
I-
things,
I-
right?
I don't think there's any doubt that the starter box will be Tyranids and Marines.
Yeah.
Going
I mean,
back
that would
to,
be,
going
yeah.
back to the roots, Space Hulk,
Yeah.
boarding,
That's,
and then with the boarding actions happening.
that makes sense. That makes perfect
Like they've got to make
sense.
makes sense that 10th would be compatible and promoting of playing boarding actions.
feel like a Tyranid on a ship would be really terrifying.
It's like aliens, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Remember that game I tried to play? I'm a big fan of the Aliens franchise, and I got that one game on the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't play it. It is too much of a jump scare. I'm just not.
Yeah. I tried. I'm not good at that style of game. Otherwise, I probably would have played it more, but I can deal with the jump scare bits.
Well, also because, that's like my, veg out, unwind time.
Right.
So.
That's why I like the hack and slash.
Yes.
Nobody's jump scaring you in a hack and slash.
No. When is there any update on when Sisters gets released for Martyr?
I haven't seen any update for Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's on Steam for the PC, but not for PlayStation. And it's only on PC, and I am all Mac.
When are you going to start on your kill team terrain?
When my stuff arrives.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
still waiting.
What are you still waiting on?
I'm still waiting on all of the bits for the Novitates to put them together. Some of the little things that I want. I'm waiting on the statue, like the low statue, and the bleh. What else am I waiting on? Mainly that statue. Oh, and like the purity seals, but those aren't as important to have. I will need them when I put the sisters together, but the statue is a big part of it, and I need to see how big it is, how it fits in. Yeah.
That makes sense. How's the smell over there?
I don't smell it at all.
Okay. Yeah, I got this air purifier going on. Seems to be working. Alright, I'm gonna stop with the sweeping grind. So let's see, we got where are we at now?
Nowhere. Yeah, those are looking good.
Yeah, the barrels are coming out well. Some rust on them. I think I'll work some more on these poxwalkers. This is basically my kill team with the objective markers. I should wear those other gloves. They're a little thinner. These are I sweat in these. They're very thick.
Yeah, do seem kind of thick.
something I do with the enamels is for cleanup. I soak everything up with paper towels. It's so sticky. And then I put it in a bag. That way I can just kind of keep this trash in the room sealed and it doesn't smell up things or smell up the trash can. It'll really stink up a trash can.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
I kind of felt just a moment there. Remember that old Dan Aykroyd sketch on SNL?
Mm-hmm.
The
Which
anal
one?
retentive
Oh,
chef?
yeah.
And, no, it was Phil Hartman.
It was Phil Hartman.
And he never actually gets to anything. He's
Mhm.
just spending the whole time putting things in Ziploc bags and neatly
Various,
organizing
yes.
things and cutting the, the parchment paper exactly.
Yes. I do recall. That's funny.
What?
You're the anal retentive painter.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
What?
This
Is it slipping? We need a new one, don't we?
Well, it got put really low again.
Oh.
And it's slipping. So that combination is not working for me. And since there are 0 viewers.
Must be someone else still exciting that.
Not really.
No? It was just a slow night. Is it still early?
It is still a little early. It seems like it picks up around 9 sometimes, but it does seem like kind of a slow night. Anyway, I don't know if I scared everyone away with my ad issues. Turned them off, I think. It is hard to tell. It's hard to tell what in the world I'm doing at any given moment, really. You'll make me feel better. Snacks.
What?
Snacks make me feel better.
Snacks?
Mm-hmm. Big fan of the snacks.
On the sticky one.
Done with the streak and grime.
I am done with the streak and grime. I've got the stain, the streaky and grime stain to prove it.
Probably should have put some paper towel underneath it.
Well, yeah, I missed the paper towel.
Oh.
I had a paper towel there.
Oh.
But when you pick it up, like, it sticks to your hand and then drop it.
Like it's hot.
Tends to go everywhere.
That's fair. I do. I have the bronze.
Oh, you have the new bronze.
Yeah, because I know I'm gonna need it at some point here.
Yeah, we need like vats of this Pro Acryl bronze metallic.
Yeah, I really want there to be a setup where I can just buy refills.
Between Death Guard and Sisters.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of silver in the 40K universe.
Oh yeah, there is.
Okay. I mean, Sisters, mostly gold. Death Guard, a lot of gold. Corn, a lot of gold. The Custodes, all gold.
All gold, yeah. Alright, you got a point.
Necron, gold.
Well, I mean, I've seen silver Necron.
That's disgusting. Just because Necron compound is silver, there should be no. It just looks too good with the green. Gold and green. Though you're not a fan of the gold and green, are you?
What are you talking about this green?
On the Necrons?
Oh, the green kind of
Like they're...
Tesseract type of green.
Yeah. Right? It's green? Am I wrong, people? Is it not green? Necrons are green. I have more cones in my eyes than you do.
Yeah, glowing green.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of... You said Tesseract, but I think it reminds me of like a Borg cube.
Oh, right, yeah.
To mix geeky genres just a little bit more.
I concur with that.
It's very Borg cubey. You'll be very proud of me. I made a look screen. Trust Table Drew says look screen.
What looks green?
The Necron green. The Borg cubey. It's green. I made a Borg comment at work. Only one person got it. Which, pretty sad, but
That's surprising.
it is surprising because it's
The
not a,
tech
like
company, it's
we're
not-
not only we're pretty geeky, and it's not a young tech company. Like most of the people I work with are actually quite my age or older, versus some of the other ones where I'm grandma in the room.
And Borg is like a meme.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Young people
there are
know about
a
the
bunch
Borg?
of Assimilate. There's a bunch of Borg memes.
No. Okay.
Memes. I think the Borg are back in the new Picard too.
Yeah. Well, they started to bring them back in the season we watched. Oh, we started second.
Right.
We started second season. It hasn't been in any of the new movies, so anyone under 25 wouldn't know. Fair.
That's fair.
That is completely fair. I don't think our kids would know the Borg.
Yeah, that's fair.
If Chris Pine didn't do it, it didn't happen. Yeah, because the second season of Picard has 7 of 9. And they're on the Borg.
Oh,
Like
right,
they're in
like
that-
the Romulans or
the-
whatever.
The Romulan ninjas.
Romulan ninjas.
Yes, the sudden influence of Romulan ninja. Fact is the fact that if Chris Pine didn't do it, it didn't happen. We're very excited about the Chris Pine D&D movie. For the reason of Chris Pine, also for the reason
That's
of...
an interesting point, though, about no Borg in the new Star Trek. I know that's true, but now that it's been pointed out, that does seem a little shocking.
It seems like a pretty obvious move. Like, it's a very visual thing to put in a movie, which is shocking that they've put it in the television show. Personal opinion. But. And I honestly can't remember if we finished the second season of Picard.
I don't think we started the second season, right?
No, we did, because Michael had said that was when 7 of 9 came in. She wasn't in the first season at all. But it feels like... Has it been in Discovery yet? Romulans haven't been in Discovery, right?
I don't know. Remember... Oh, there is a Romulan in Discovery, isn't there?
I don't know.
Discovery was a weird one. It started off good, and then...
It started off really good.
I think what killed... No pun intended. What killed Discovery for me was that no one could be killed. Like, remember, like, people were, like,
yes.
obviously killed, like, blasted apart.
Been, yeah.
And then the next episode, it's like, oh, this new technology has saved,
Yes, I remember that.
So-and-so. And
yeah,
like,
that was weird.
It's like, what? Last episode, he was completely phasered. Like...
Yeah. And it was always a character that you were like, it made sense that they died. They should have died.
They just weren't willing to... And so then when the stakes aren't high, and so then it's really hard to get into it.
See, that's kind of the thing that I actually really like about 40K as a universe, the books, hopefully, this new show, movie, whatever is coming out. There's, like, you can... When we're reading the same book, I'm like, wait, who's died? Who's died yet? If you're catching up to me,
right?
If you tell me, I can chronologically go through the book based on who's been murdered. Oh, did they kill what famous character did they kill this time?
Yeah, I mean there is only war, so
there is only war.
But
the Emperor protects.
And there are
until he doesn't.
There's no dearth of characters.
That's also the thing. It seems like I'm very curious if anybody has ever done the math to understand the vastness of the 40K universe. Like, what does that look like? Is it...
Well, it's just like, it's like the largest space opera ever, and like... Peter F. Hamilton's space opera books, like, there's a 3-part series and your head is spinning with the number of characters. I mean, 40K is, like, exponentially larger. I really like this model.
That is a cool model.
Yeah. A little bit of kit bash in here, but...
What is his bad stuff going on?
And he's just a warrior. He's a kill team warrior, but... I just went all out and...
Whatever. Sorry. What weapons am I going to have to fight against?
It's a bolter and a plague...
Sword?
Plague knife.
Plague knife. Is that different than the plague sword?
It is. Plague sword's what the champion has.
Not the warrior. The warrior's just a warrior.
Yeah, the warrior's, the one spitting out the malicious volleys continually.
He's still disgustingly resilient.
He likes his malicious volleys.
I don't.
I'm using a pretty fat brush for all this work right now because I'm really just blocking things and there's no...
Yeah, I know a lot of people say you have to be careful when you block. I can't. It's like I physically can't do it. Can't make myself.
I mean, there's no, it doesn't seem like there's any downside because you're just going to paint over those areas anyway. Also, I found that once I was okay, like I understood, like, oh, if I got some paint over here, I can dry my brush or wet my brush depending on the paint and take it right off, or I can just paint over it later. Once you it's very freeing, right? Once you know you can
Just go to town.
Come back from mistakes.
Yeah. That is true. That definitely changed my
Right.
painting thing
I
at
think when you
first.
first start painting them, it's like you'll have a mistake and it'll be stressful, right? It's like,
Yeah.
and then also, I mean, these models are mostly for playing, so I also know like what you'll see and what you won't see, right? Like, the mistake that matters, the mistake that I won't even ever see that.
The other part is the distance, right? Like it has to look good on the table, not in your hands.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that took me a while, like to really think about, okay, this is going to be on a not great lit table. I need to make sure that it's overly high lit so that when it's on the table, it doesn't disappear.
Yeah, this is also why, a lot of the pro painters are always talking about contrast, high contrast, and I think what some people don't get is like when you have the model up close like this, sometimes something seems like extreme, like, oh, that's way too much contrast. But then if you just put it down on the table 3 feet away, it scales. And
Yeah.
that contrast looks much better.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Like I remember when I first started doing highlights, I'm looking 10 inches away and doing highlights appropriate for that distance. And then you put it on the table and it's like, you don't even really see those highlights.
Yeah, it's stuff literally just disappears into the background,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
not just putting it on the table, but when you put it on the table with terrain and a
Right.
background around it, it's like a complete change in the perspective of the model. Yeah, I find that all very interesting and definitely it took me probably 10 models before I really started to get into understanding that. And now I think I get it even more playing with them. Like the last
Right. Yeah.
the last set of things that I've done, I've over engineered.
What I also like about Death Guard is since all the models, there's just so much going on, so much decay and
Rot.
weird bones and mismatched armor. It makes them fun to paint because you can just kind of, you're not going by a set
It doesn't matter.
color every time, right? You're just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'll do these spiky things, bronze, sure.
Yeah, that I need to get better at making an army that doesn't match. Like some of my chaos armies shouldn't be quite as ridiculously matched as I have them. For the sisters, it makes more sense. It's armor versus.
Right, or like my Tau, like that seems very red, red.
Oh God, yeah. For the greater good, indeed.
Right,
They would not be mismatched.
right. They should all.
Because like a bloodletter, for instance, makes sense for it to be very matched together because it's just their skin. But like these Blizzbarb archers that I'm doing, does it make sense for them to be matched?
Oh right, yeah. They could all be different leathers and.
Although they are all kind of wearing the same, like they're all kind of wearing the same thing, so they probably, it is their uniform.
Well, but what I did with the Kroot, which are very similar, the Kroot kill team, is by doing different colored capes and pants and everything. Then at that 3 foot view, it actually looks like they are dressed differently. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look at those again.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, I was really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, I think honestly, the crude are just kind of cute, right? Little space pirates.
Yeah, they look like space pirates. They did a good job with that.
Little space pirates with odd dreadlocky things, spiky dreadlock hair. They're granola space pirates. Hippie.
Hippie space pirates. Although if you look close, what's weird is then you look closely at the models and kind of the lore around it, and they're like, cannibals. They've got like, skulls made into cups and
Cannibals of their own? Like, so they're...
No, they. I may have this completely wrong, but I think they get like knowledge from cannibalizing their prey.
Oh, so they eat it, but cannibalism would be they eat each other.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They, not cannibalism, right? I'm using that term wrong.
Isn't that how some of the...
There's an Astartes that does that, yeah, they get, right?
Is it in Astartes? I thought it was a Xenos. It was some kind of Xenos creature, like a Tyranid type thing. It was in one of the sisters' books. Unfortunately, Trust Table Drew, I want to learn about Age of Sigmar. I have yet to learn about it, however, so I am zero, maybe less than zero help. And I want to learn about it because I keep painting the models. Because the models are incredible. Even it's basically Nurgle, but Age of Sigmar, right? Those are so cool. Some of the stuff.
Nurgle?
Didn't actually this Nurgle came from
these are from
Age of Sigmar. Yeah. So I'm zero help. There is much better help, but it is on my to-do list to learn. Because I also heard it's not nearly as complicated of a game. And then I also want to learn some of the lore, because the lore seems really different and interesting, and not that there isn't plenty more I can learn about 40k and Kill Team, but I personally have only played Kill Team, where I'm painting 40k stuff to play 40k eventually. Trying to start not so daunting. And you've been playing 40k for a million years.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm going to age myself here, but since it came out.
Back when you were a wee pup.
Yeah, the other day someone posted like they had like one of the first boxes. And
Oh, wow.
And the thing that always, like the kind of the best memory I have of playing 40k way back when like the first edition really, and then up to like I don't know, third, fourth edition was. It was really common that the models had big banners, so that's how you kind of told the different units apart.
Oh, interesting.
And even with the armies I do now, I like to put banners on them. That's just kind of a throwback, but I really like it. It just kind of makes them. It has that very like feudal Japan.
Yeah, in a way. I can see that.
You know, where they have those big banners on their backs. I really like that.
Are you getting into just wanting to play, or have you been painting for a while? Is it a new hobby that you got into painting and now you're trying to play, or do you have people to play with, a local store or something like that? That seems to be a good way. Our local store has a lot of game nights. Many local stores, I suppose. We have many around us. Lucky us.
Yeah, it's a pretty good community in the Seattle metro area, but where I really got into it was Chicago, when I lived in Chicago. And that's where Adepticon is now. So
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the community going to Adepticon. learning through painting, lots of figures through board games and such, and a few coworkers that play. Oh, cool. Yeah, having coworkers and people around you that play is, I think, very helpful. I'm fairly new to it as well. I've only been painting for 18 months-ish and started playing in, October?
Yeah.
We played our first kill team. And now we're headed to the grand tournament. I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing. It does seem like it's a really good community. Like, I haven't met anybody so far that has been too, over the top pedantic about something, or everybody's been very complimentary and nice, and these chats are also like, this is great. I was telling Will after a good paint session the other night and chatting with a bunch of people, it reminds me of, like, I don't know, 1996 and ICQ and AOL chat rooms where you're just having conversations with people you haven't and probably will never meet, and now we're just using video instead of typing. Right, and the inventions of AOL. The youth doesn't understand. They didn't invent AOL. We invented AOL. Or LOL, rather.
LOL.
LOL.
I was wondering where you're going with that. I was like, what?
LOL. We invented LOL.
I don't think they're taking claim to AOL.
LOL. No, the meme is that they have no idea what the sound of a modem is.
Right.
Oh, MSN Instant Messenger.
Oh,
yes.
Right. Yes.
That's another one.
That was pretty groundbreaking because remember, that was one of the first where you could add little emojis.
Yeah. ICQ got big into the emojis, and by big into, I mean they had 20 or so, and it was
I remember it was like I blinked and we went from 10 emojis to hundreds.
Oh gosh. Well, I feel like every time I open up my phone, there's 20 new emojis in there. Apple's added something or changed
ones. Or
ones.
Somebody will send you something and I'll be like, what? I didn't know we have that emoji now?
I was talking to
usually from Penelope, my daughter. Yeah.
Or how to use it.
Yeah.
I was talking to an old coworker and she had pinged me on Instagram or LinkedIn or something, and we were chatting. She's like, do you remember that one time when we were dying laughing in the office because one of the youths that we worked with told us that we had used an emoji wrong in Slack? And so instead of being normal human beings and just asking the youth to explain it to us, we got ourselves into a conference room and started YouTube videoing what emojis mean, and we were just cracking up because there was this young girl and she would put an emoji up and then we'd pause it and be like, okay, what do you think that one means? And it was like the upside down emoji, and I was like, well, that means something's really funny, like you're falling over laughing. And it turns out it's the exact opposite to what I had been using it, and that was such a faux pas that I had done this. Apparently I really upset one of the youths, but we were cracking ourselves up over this video and having no idea. Definitely didn't know anything about emoji use. And then now that I have a teenager, I have to ask half of the acronyms. Thank you, War Hipster. It is coming along nicely and slowly. I am in a slow, painful, long haul here. Every little nook and cranny.
I know she appreciates the compliments because it is quite a grind.
It is quite a grind.
Need some motivation.
I need some motivation.
To get through that. That is I, in my years, have never taken on.
That's why you keep making me do the terrain.
A single model that big. That is enormous.
I know. I want to try a large model. I haven't done large model
yet. Star Destroyer next or something.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Spike Firepew. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. We are painting some Sanctum Basilica stuff, and Will's, what is that? That's a warrior? A Death Guard warrior?
Death Guard warrior for kill team.
With some kind of staff thing. I'm sure it's gross.
Yeah, I'm going to use that as the banner. It's a little kit bashed model here.
I only look patient, Spike. I inside am crying every time I do a brushstroke. The only thing that keeps me patient is that I have snacks. I do every once in a while just take a quick pretzel break, give myself some good old motivation, and keep going.
If you ever think that I got you in this hobby just to finish all the terrain, that is not true.
It is true. I think it's actually the case.
That is not true.
Now that you've said it out loud, I think it's even more true. Because why would you say that? Why would that even come into your head if it wasn't true?
It's just a joke, a good joke.
Was it a joke?
Was
it a joke?
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunistic joke.
I mean, I do have a weird amount of both patience and attention to detail that probably makes me perfectly well suited to terrain. And an absolute hatred of messing up, which is why I'm going so slow on all of these little nooks and crannies. Because it's also hard. That's one of the problems with this, is it's hard to fix something that I have already dry brushed. Ooh, airbrushing terrain actually sounds like a much better idea.
Right. Now I feel bad because I have like a whole airbrush station set up in the garage. I'm sitting here
doing this by hand.
I should.
So don't be mean to your wife.
I should teach her the airbrush. Okay. Thank you for pointing out how.
Well, I can prime I've primed my own stuff.
Oh yeah, you did this last summer.
Yes.
You did use the airbrush to prime. That's right.
Yes. I can prime my own stuff. You just do it in big batches, so it's nice and helpful.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't start the wife on terrain. I would give her something more fun.
I think terrain is it's good to learn on.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I did
They're
mine by
bigger
spraying it
pieces.
gray, then adding some patches of white with another spray can, then picking out the industrial bits with metallic added to red some floors. Yeah, see, even that took you a whole damn day. It is... I swear, once I finish this, I will be very happy with it. I don't have one of the other pieces. I may end up switching to do something else tonight. Just because I don't know if I can do this for hours on end.
I'm going to pull up some reference models here to figure out what I did.
You threw some Death Guard on it?
Right, I was just trying to remember... what I like. Yeah, I did like that. I made the bolter gold, bronze.
Oh, yeah.
I did like how that turned out.
And those are kind of... That bronze is a little grimy, which I like.
It is, yeah. It works really well for the...
I 3D print a lot of my terrain. Oh.
What's that?
Yeah, if you 3D print your terrain,
Oh, right, yeah.
get through it quick.
I was using the 3D printer for a while. One of our teens has one. It wasn't self-leveling, so I had a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, I never tried. I just would look at it or hear it. Not that I wouldn't ever print anything. I still just, well, I like to keep Games Workshop in business. Keep making new stuff, making me buy it. Still, I'm surrounded by boxes or unhalf-painted terrain prints. Exactly. Yes. If you think this is the only thing I could be painting that I'm half through or haven't even finished putting together.
We do have quite the pile of shame.
Pile of opportunity.
Pile of opportunity, right?
We learned much. We learned from a Twitcher. Pile of opportunity. Much better phrase. Makes me feel less, well, shameful. Pile of opportunity to waste a couple of hours. Skaven.
Oh, that's the
what,
one I want to
yes.
do. Is that what someone's doing?
Yeah, he said he now has 100 plus Skaven clan rat minis to assemble and paint.
Oh.
That's impressive.
Yeah, if I did do Sigmar, that's the army that I've always thought looked like fun.
Although you also want to do the vampires, right? I don't remember
I would
what
probably
they're
do
called.
Skaven first, yeah.
Ow.
Have you played Skaven?
They're not assembled.
Oh, right, yeah.
The vampires do look really cool. Yeah. I believe in the vampires. Yeah, I've kind of done a little bit of the hedonist stuff, the hedon knights of Slaanesh, but otherwise I haven't done anything else in the Sigmar world, but I do really like all of the models. Look so good. They're very different. It feels like, I mean, I guess fantasy versus sci-fi. I am starting to go cross-eyed. This is a lot. Star Wars Legion tabletop.
Oh, yeah.
What is that one? Do you have that one?
No, I don't.
You guys have that ship game.
Yeah, I did the Fantasy Flight Armada. There's no painting there. They're kind of pre-painted ships. But I did see Legion.
So that's another set you have to paint. 40-ish, kind of 40K-ish for Star Wars. Small units of troops.
It looks really interesting. I gotta be honest, what happened with me is I had already invested in, I don't even remember what the name of it was. I ended up selling it. There was another kind of miniature Star Wars game from Fantasy Flight. What was that called? And I'd spent all this time. I finally painted it all up, and then this new kind of got replaced by Legion, which I think it sounds like a much better game.
Armada is fleet combat. X-Wing is fighter combat.
Yeah, they
play both of those too.
Oh yeah,
you've just got models and minis everywhere.
I love Armada. That game is fun. It just feels so epic. I can't remember what the other infantry one was that I had.
Is Armada the one that I played once and won?
You did play, yeah.
Because you and my son were too busy fighting each other that they forgot about me.
Right, we did kind of like
Yeah, it was great. I just sat in the corner pretending like I didn't know what I was doing. Snuck in. Finished the objective while they were murdering each other. Like a good little rebel.
I think Berlin was just used to playing me, and so... Just wanted to attack me.
Yeah, well, there's also, you guys get hyper competitive towards each other. in all games.
Well, it is Star Wars. It's a battle for the galaxy. Can't just phone that in.
No, that's fair. All other games you guys tend to game up on me, but that one was... I got to sneak in, pretend like I didn't know what I was doing. Star Wars Imperial Assault.
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
It's getting replaced by Shatterpoint.
Oh.
There's a big behind-the-scenes political stuff with Asmodi, who bought FFG and their company Atomic Mass Games.
Oh, right. Yeah, I read about some of that.
So is Mahdi bought Fantasy Flight?
Oh, a while ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
All I noticed is my orders are all as Mahdi now.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was, what was the name of it again? What did he say?
Imperial Assault.
Imperial Assault. Yeah, I had painted up a whole bunch of stuff. It felt like more like a kind of a special ops type of a game. A lot like Kill Team almost. I think Star Wars Kill Team. And yeah, because it was like a
smaller unit,
a fixed board. You're doing like little missions.
I think they made a error in Outer Rim. They should have made minis. They just made those little cards in the plastic bases.
Oh, Outer Rim, yeah.
Because, like, it would be awesome to have, you know, a Gen Erso little mini.
Yeah, don't give me any ideas.
After Grand Tournament. After. You can do whatever you want once you get all that done. Yeah. Fantasy Flight mysteriously dropped Imperial Assault without notice and no one knew why. It wasn't until they announced Shatterpoint that made sense as to what happened. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good information because I just assumed it had something to do with Legion. I was like...
Yes, you can get 3D printed minis on Etsy for Outer Rim, which he also plays.
Oh, I like Outer Rim. I got the expansion.
I love that game, yeah.
We haven't played the expansion yet.
Oh, really?
No.
I'd play that game again. I like it. Basically, you're into anything space opera. That's what I'm getting. Am I right, Spike?
How much
Canada,
more bronze?
for some weird license reason, they can't release the Outer Rim expansion there.
Oh, interesting.
Did you just ask me how much more bronze there is on this thing?
Yeah.
All of it. Like, I've barely even started. I've done maybe 10% of the amount of bronze that will be painted on this thing. Because there's the whole inside as well.
Oh, right.
So maybe we don't ask questions about how much more bronze. I'm going to go with a month's worth of bronze.
Checking in with my other Death Guard there.
How are they doing?
They're doing good. I'm just looking at what I liked, didn't like about the previous paint job.
And which ones are you looking at? The ones that you're playing right now, or?
Yes, I'm using
Yeah,
those as
okay.
reference, yeah.
Certainly anything Star Wars. I used to do a lot of RPG for space opera games. Hi, Hannah. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Thanks, Spike, for the follow. Welcome to the stream where we are continuously painting this basilica for the foreseeable future of my life. I'm aging before you. Wow.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna date myself, but sci-fi RPG reminded me of one of the first RPGs I played after D&D was Traveler.
I I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was real kind of a early sandboxy type RPG sci-fi. Had some really cool aliens. And...
Interesting. That sounds like something I would actually really like.
Oops, there's a mistake. Someone asked you. Yep, she does. She plays Sisters.
I do play Sisters.
She just won or like a 8th battle of Kill Team against my Death Guard. So I'm switching.
4th. It's only the 4th. You won 2. We drew 2, and I've won 4.
Right.
We're doing the narrative version, so it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Spike also remembers Traveler.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Never played it, but it was around. Go Sisters. I'm playing the Novitates right now. I do want to try the Ecclesiarchy kill team set, which I have painted. I just haven't switched and tried. I might do that. But I've heard that the Novitates actually run better. Matching tattoos. You'll have to show me. Maybe I'll get a matching Sisters tattoo. That's actually a genius idea. I have a couple of other tattoos that I want to get, but I might skip them for
Oh, a Sisters tattoo.
a Sisters tattoo. I would do like a fleur-de-lis or something. You have to tell me about it now. You can't put a tattoo out into the world and not give the details. Use it as a start to a sleeve. Oh, cool. Is it of a sister, or is it part of... Well, actually, the other thing that would be cool is the Bloody Rose. She hasn't drawn it up yet. Alright. Well, when she does, you have to come back to the stream, describe it to me, give me details, show pictures. I'll invite you on. We'll talk Sisters tattoos. We can all live stream getting our Sisters tattoo. Anime style Sister of Battle. Oh, cool.
Oh, that does sound cool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stickers with the anime style Sisters. Keep meaning to buy one off Etsy. Put some stuff on my new laptop. It is remarkably sister free. Just finished my Sister's Combat Patrol box. Nicely done. That is a feat. Welcome.
That was your gateway, wasn't it?
I didn't get the Combat Patrol box.
What did you get?
I got, my gateway was just it was just the straight kill team, not kill team, what do you call it? The Combat Patrol's the big one with the...
Now I don't remember. It's that box down there, isn't it? On the floor?
Oh, did I buy the Combat Patrol? I have so many sisters, I don't even know what I bought.
Pull out the box.
Oh, I did buy the Combat Patrol.
That was,
Never mind.
Yeah, that was the gateway. When she bought that...
This wasn't the gateway.
It wasn't?
I bought this...
That was second. Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's where I got the Rhino. Okay. That makes more sense.
I knew I had her hooked when she got the...
When I spent $250 on a box of minis. Yes.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Quite. I do like the Sacrosants. They're in the big box. They're in the Combat Patrol. It also has some of the... Oh, I gotta grab it again. Oof. It also has the Rhino, some of the Seraphim. It's got... Oh, this is where I got my first Repentia. Oh, my first Repentia. And then it's got some of the Mortifiers. Right. Oh, and Argoflagellants. Yeah, it's a good box. It actually, when I did all of the math, it was better than buying, all of it separately. Always remember your first Repentia. It's true. I now have Repentia, a whole new set that I need to paint. I love the Repentia. Such a weird, awful idea. You've done wrong. Stripped down next to naked. Go with this big giant chainsword. Oh. And good luck to you.
I lost power.
Thanks for the follow, third person. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the sub. They are, the lore is, yes, evil. Evil at heart. Evil in that nice sort of evil, but you love them kind of way.
The Sisters lore?
Yes.
What I think is cool about the Sisters Army, I'm a little jealous of you playing them, is even though like they're a little annoying to play against sometimes with the faith points and all that, all those shenanigans, they play very fluffy. Like all the little rules they have and everything just add a lot of kind of narrative, right, to the to the game. It is a lot of fun. Death Guard are kind of they have a lot of that going on, like with the contagion.
They
and
do.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the Sisters really they did a really good job with that army, and those new models are bonkers. The level of detail.
Oh, they're so good. It's actually been a struggle going and painting other things now, because the Sisters were so good and so well put together, and it's like they figured out how to make a model without a mold line on them for the Sisters. I don't know how they did it, but it was a lot easier to put them together. So then switching, the first non-sister I did was the freaking blood letters, which is the opposite.
Those are old models too.
And I got an old model pack, and I wanted to poke my eyeball out, trying to undo all the mold lines between, the horns, the fingers. Oh my god, it took me. I mean, just putting those models together was enough.
Yeah.
It took me 5 minutes to paint them because it was just this beautiful, canvas in which you could dry brush the hell out of it, and it looked amazing.
Yeah, whatever technology they're using now for production is really quite impressive.
A few other paint streams. Oh, there's a lot of Sisters going on. Yeah, I've seen a few streams that are doing Sisters. Quite a few of the Instagrammers I follow are big on Sisters too. There's a lot of Sisters. I've also seen quite a bit of Slanesh lately. Lots of people are doing kind of demonettes, and I have seen a lot of blood letters again, which I haven't seen. Buying a box of blood letters just to use them as corpses is very, very awesome.
That is cool. That's my kind of...
Yes, that is the ultimate basing.
Yeah.
Well done. Oh, it's for the Grey Knights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's smart.
Grey Knights look... those models are a little older still, I think, but they still look really good.
They do look good.
I was looking at the box set the other day. They look like they'd be fun for boarding actions.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can see that. The next thing I need to paint after I'm done with this, so that we can play it.
Yeah, the boarding actions terrain is going to be a nightmare. I put it together, but I haven't primed it yet. The level of detail on it is crazy.
Yeah, it is. But honestly, that feels less daunting to me from a painting perspective, because they're smaller bits. And so I feel like I can work through a couple, move on to something else to get myself out of the terrain world, and then go back to it.
Right.
Where this thing, when I stop, I feel like I'm letting it down. Finally embraced the 3-foot rule for a lot of my painting. I used to go nuts on detail. Yeah, we were kind of talking about you don't have to...
The 3-foot rule.
Yeah, the things look different when they're on the table, and you don't have to go insane.
Yeah.
But I have psychological problems, and I have to paint everything.
That's a really good rule, especially for terrain.
Yeah. I will attempt to do that on my next terrain piece.
It'd get us playing sooner too.
Yeah, that's fair. And with the boarding actions, it's also on a ship, so it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah, without power, so we just play in the dark. Make it thematic.
There you go. Some candles. Oh, so you haven't even played. Are you setting up a kill team, Hannah, or are you setting up a 40k Sisters army? Or are you just having fun painting and playing will come when it comes? Yeah, 3-foot rule is smart. 3-foot rule is smart. I'm a fan, but I don't live by it.
I recommend starting with the Kill Team Sisters. It's just I've been playing 40k for years, but Kill Team I'm really hooked on just because it's low investment. You get to so you get to try all the different factions. You see 10 to 12 models.
Yeah.
I like that, and then so you just get to play a whole bunch of factions without painting up 2,000 points, and then discovering that you want a different 2,000 points.
Yes. Yes, that is very, very true. I guess I only have to put together, I have everything to put together the Custodes, and then I just have those 2 models to paint, and then I can try that army.
Oh, Talons of the Emperor.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Talons of the Emperor, yep.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah, so basically I painted an entire, well actually 2, what are they called? The little squads? Each squad?
Kill teams.
It's called a kill team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it had a different name.
I could be wrong.
I don't remember. Somebody in the chat will get it. And they are just awesome. That is lore that I want to understand more. I'm having a hard time finding anything on it though. 700 points of Eldari, then got interested in Sisters. I have a Canoness and 8 Sisters almost done. 5 of the ones with the shields primed. Oh, yeah. Those are awesome. I have those. I started painting those ones early on. I didn't like the way I did it, so I'm kind of redoing them. Doing 500 points just for boarding actions and go from there. Good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
a good plan.
that's a good idea.
I think the sister with the flamers.
Oh,
That's good boarding action. The flamers and
yeah.
what's the ones with the chain sword?
The Repentia.
Yeah. Those go toe to toe with my Death Guard.
Yeah, they do. I should try to run an Ecclesiarchy because I can do a Battle Sister squad and a Repentia squad. Because I think you can choose either Repentia or Arcoflagellants, and the Repentia are just awesome.
Yeah, and a flamer in a tight space and boarding actions. That'll be good stuff. Cleanse.
Burn the heretic. Burn the heretic. We just hope the Emperor protects. I'm shocked I won the game tonight, honestly, because I was rolling very crappy dice. The Emperor was not with me. He left me to die in the vast wasteland many a time.
Well, that's the other thing that I like about Kill Team is you had 3 models left.
Yeah.
3 models left, and you won. So it's very mission objective oriented.
Well, because it's not about. Yeah,
it rewards aggression. So
yes.
it rewards if you've got a lot of models left at the end of the game, you most likely did not win.
Yeah.
I learned that pretty quickly because I kind of do like to turtle a little bit. That's
Well,
very Death Guard. Turtle, sit on objectives.
Those are the ones that you win.
Yeah,
it depends on
Death Guard.
Yeah, it depends on what the mission is, right?
Right.
Because those ones where you just sit on it, I can't penetrate through.
Right.
I just got a box of Repentia, might do them next. They're a lot of fun. It's very different than painting the other sisters because it's not all armor. There's some cool features on them. And they've got these knives that are stuck through their skin. It's just bananas.
Here's your chainsword one.
Oh, yeah. It's my Novatate. Setting up for painting, possibly getting a bit in the way when you're getting ready to move. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's that?
I'm West Coast, but I'm not up late. So you're going to Adepticon or you're moving out to Adepticon area? Chicago-y.
I'm from Chicago. Been to Adepticon twice. It's gotten much bigger since my last one. I wish I could go.
Yeah, we should think about going next year.
That's the other nice thing about Kill Team is it's easier to travel with just a Kill Team army than taking 2,000 points on an airplane. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't trust them to carry my luggage. In Canada near Toronto, moving from the San Francisco Bay Area to Florida, just going to Adepticon to meet favorite streamers and buy more minis. I'm going to ignore the for no good reason because there's always a good reason to buy more minis. This stream not endorsed by Warhammer Games Workshop, but I believe in buying more minis. Wholeheartedly. As you can see from my pile of shame. All the minis.
Pile of opportunity.
Pile of opportunity, yes. My shameful pile of opportunity.
Yes.
My pile of foregone salary.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I know there's been many a conversation between couples, right?
Oh,
What
there's
is that?
so many memes.
Right, what is
yeah.
that? How much was that?
Those-
I won it.
Yeah, they gave it to me. Oh, they just gave it to you? Well, I had to give them, my credit card.
I'm sure there are people unfamiliar with the hobby that would just be like, $240.
You paid what? For a pile of plastic? It's like when you go to a fancy restaurant and they give you, a salad that you have to construct yourself, but it's a part of the experience, but you pay more for it.
Right.
Oh, man. Well, now I'm jealous that you're going to Adepticon. Seems like
Yeah,
everybody's going to
that's gonna be a
Adepticon.
riot.
So everybody but us. We are going to the Tacoma, which is
The Seattle, USA.
Seattle
Open,
area.
in July.
Yes.
We were going to do 40K, but I haven't been to a tournament in a while. And a 40K tournament is 8 games, that's just too exhausting for me. So
Yeah. I'm too much an introvert for that. 3
days, 8 games. Whereas Kill Team is 2 days, 5 games. What?
She says, I like the ones where the guys say, usually the armies are 2,000 points, and the wife is like, they're what? And he says, they're usually 2,000 points. She goes, oh, okay, thank God. I thought you said the army cost $2,000.
Right.
And it's really probably 5. Not including the paint.
Right. That's a way to kind of.
Yeah, it was. It's worth-
See, you thought it was 2,000. It wasn't 2,000.
That's funny. Nah, they're only, for the low price of $1,999. But wait, there's more.
I'm going to point this out because, and just in case anybody else didn't know, I got how long ago did I get this Death Guard army? a year and a half.
Maybe?
Oh, no, I got it after you got sister, right? Because then I was
Yeah.
like, well, I'm going to get Under
Yeah.
Armour. Yeah, so like a year.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like last month, and I can't believe I'm admitting this because this might be embarrassing. There's all these little trinkets on all the Death Guard. And I was like, I didn't really know what they were. I thought they were like bells or... I just like, well, it's some sort of nerdly trinket. And then I saw one much larger on another model, and they're flies. They're little, they are trinkets, but they're flies.
Because that's a part of the Nurgle.
Oh yeah, swarms of flies all around the Primarch. So little trinket there.
It's because they're half dead, or they really are zombies.
Yeah. Well, it's just like plague, pestilence.
I keep hitting my head on this stupid light.
Ow.
Luckily, it's not painful because it's barely connected, but it's more annoying and I feel stupid.
Like I wonder with other armies, I'm sure there's been like, what are these things? And you have that aha moment. Oh, they're...
Oh, yeah. Well, I felt that way a little bit when I was putting together the Repentia, because you look at it and it's like, wait, is that a lock that's hanging off of their neck? Like they've got a chain with a lock on it, or there's like...
what is that? It does look like a lock.
It is a lock.
Oh.
I think. That's the extent of it. I don't know the lore on that one. But there's also, like, they've got these, like stakes. They're like it's like a little mini sword or a tiny stake that's a cross that's like stuck through their skin in various places. Basically, they're just tortured souls, right? They are waiting to die for the Emperor to be forgiven for whatever blasphemous thing they did to be stripped. And there's a whole ceremony that they go through. It's dark. They get stripped of their name. I read I think it was one of the Danny Ware books on the sisters that was, impressive. It was impressive. Very dark. Hey, if the Emperor forgives them, then he will protect them and they'll survive. Yes, but I think that's been very rare. I don't think many sisters come back from being a Repentia. I don't foresee. I haven't heard of many sisters coming back from the world of Repentia. I think there was actually a book that had one that was like, it was really shocking that she was able to come back from that. Got that 6++ save. Yes. That's what she
Right.
that's what she needs.
I'm really enjoying the what's the series again?
The Dawn of Fire?
The Dawn of Fire series, yeah. I'm halfway through book 5, the latest.
Yeah, where are you? Who has died?
Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, I was joking based on what we were talking about
yeah,
before.
who has died. Right, it's pretty good.
It's how I judge where he is in a book if I've read it already is, oh, it's a 40K book, who has died? Oh, thanks, your mom. Much appreciated. New follows.
What, I thought I heard that the 5th book was going to be the last, but then...
If it's the last,
I mean, it's not very Black Library-like, you know. Horus
Yeah.
Heresy went for... Well, I'm still reading that.
It's now Game of Thrones. Wait. I'm moving on. Then they didn't earn forgiveness. The Art of War guys think Repentia are the best melee trade-up units. They are. They are amazing. I completely agree. I even love my baby Repentia. They're in the Novitate, which is what I run on the kill team. There's a baby murder nun, Repentia, or she's called a penitent, because she's not a true Repentia. She hasn't become a battle sister, so she can't lose the ability to be a battle sister. I thought that was how Game of Thrones progress was measured. That could also,
Right,
yes,
yes, totally.
similar concept, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Who's died? How far have you gotten?
I want to get into some of the sisters' books, but they're only available in ebook format. That's not true. I think you can get the omnibus in paper format.
Yeah.
I believe at least the omnibus, which is honestly the best place to start. I very much enjoyed that. That was where I started. And then the Danny Ware books, I know did I kick and scream my way into the e-reader? Yes.
Yeah,
I kicked
you did not want to
and
go to the
screamed and yelled so much. And I finally went to it because I was keeping Will up at night by having my light on. And then what's funny is, like, I got it, and 5 days later he started reading a bunch of paperback books that was doing the same for me, so I got him a reading light. But yeah, they're worth it. They're worth it if you can make yourself do the e-reader. Yes, you need to assemble the Repentia. They are, I think, some of the just really cool models. The story's awesome, and they are incredibly badass to play with.
Yeah, I really
Welcome, third person. Yes,
I would
Rose
love it.
in War. Yeah, the Rose at War is that one of the books in the omnibus, or is that the Danny Ware book? I think that's the Danny Ware book with Sister Augusta. It's the first one.
Yeah,
And then
no,
Triumph of St. Catherine, also very good. Also very good. You haven't read any of the sisters' books
No,
yet.
the only exposure I've had is there are some characters in Dark Empyrean. And
in Dawn of Fire.
And in Dawn of Fire, yeah.
Well, you have to tell me when you get to the part in the book you're reading now where the sisters come, because I have questions.
Right. They just mobilize them.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Great. I'm going to have questions.
Okay.
Rose of War is the omnibus for Danny Ware's books. Okay. Oh, they put all of her stuff, a bunch of her books together, didn't they? Yes. Looking at the Black Library site, the omnibus is e-reader only. That sucks. Yeah, I get it. I'm totally with you. I think they're worth it, though. They're really good. I think Danny Ware is an awesome author. What is his name? Sparrow?
Swallow.
Swallow.
Swallow?
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 Some kind of bird. Some kind of bird. Yeah, worth it.
I want to say James Swallow. I don't know if that.
Yes. The Living Saint audible book is good. But yes, the 59 more Horus Heresy books are calling your name. You must read them.
Yeah, so I read all of the Horus Heresy, 60 something, I don't know how many. That's been years now. And then I got to Siege of Terra. And I'm like, I mean, it's got to end, right? They're making progress. And then, so I thought the last book was going to come out. And then the last book came out, and it says on it, Volume 1.
No!
So there's at least one more. But it's been a great series. I've absolutely loved it. But I am officially ready for it to conclude.
But see, this is one of the things that I really do appreciate about the entire Black Library and just the Games Workshop style of how they're building out all of Warhammer in general, is that there's like various timelines being written as time goes on. Like it's not all linear. They're really taking different.
The writing, yeah.
Yeah.
They're yeah.
The lore is continuing.
Like
to
Siege
build
of
itself.
Terror is being written while the Indominus Crusade is being written.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's really cool and
It is
fascinating
cool.
and rare.
Right.
And it leads to this amazing world building that I don't think we've gotten this level of world building since things like, The Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's writing.
Well, I mean, I don't even think that's close. Like, what is close? What is the same scale?
Nothing.
Right?
I don't think anything
I
is
can't
this
think
scale.
of anything.
Nothing transcends this much time and physical space.
I mean, you'd probably have to go to, like, Marvel, right? Like the Marvel universe. What?
Snape kills Horace. Good crossover there. Much appreciated. So the omnibus was in paperback. I can get a used version. Oh, for only $150.
Only 150.
I mean, you can either get that or a Battle Sister set. Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, Tolkien did an amazing job for the time, right? Like now we have, this, and Black Library is doing it with how many different authors and people behind
Right.
it.
Tolkien's
Tolkien
one
was
guy.
a dude
Yeah.
who just completely,
That's a really good point. Yeah.
yeah,
Apples to oranges there.
kind of apples to oranges. What was the thing that we had, it was, Snape reminds me of it. If you watch at Christmas, if you watch Christmas movies, and by Christmas movies I mean movies that are kind of about Christmas, if you watch Love Actually and then oh my god, Die Hard,
Oh, right, with what's his face? Yeah.
he gets what's coming to him for cheating on
Right.
Emma Thompson, which I think is the best way to do it, and I now have to do that for next Christmas. It'll be the only way I get you to watch Love Actually again.
We this past Christmas, Love Actually and Die Hard were played, right?
That was last Christmas.
That was Christmas before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did not watch Die Hard this Christmas. I watched Love Actually on my own because you said it's too depressing and it shouldn't be a Christmas movie.
It is too depressing.
It is
and
really
it should
depressing.
not be a Christmas movie.
It is quite depressing. But if we watch Die Hard after, then he gets.
Right. I'd watch Die Hard, yeah.
If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then so is Batman Returns. I buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, I can only see Home Alone so many times. So I feel like I've got to expand my Christmas movie.
Who's the what mixing up my Batmans. Who's the villain in Batman Returns?
Once is too often for Home Alone. Fair. Batman Returns. Batman Returns is... Oh gosh. Oswald Cobblepot. Penguin. Oh, and Catwoman. Catwoman is in it
is this
too.
the Prince one? No.
Prince? No, it's Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman and
Michael Keaton?
yeah, I think so. No, Christopher Walken. It's Penguin. And Michael Keaton is Batman.
No,
Danny
I thought Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
Oh, Danny DeVito was the Penguin. Why is this a picture of Christopher Walken? Google is really messing it up tonight.
Well, I know that what they've done a lot is...
Oh, he's Max Shrek. So he's
Oh,
in this
right.
picture,
Yeah.
which is funny because I don't see Danny DeVito anywhere. Apparently, they only like Christopher Walken.
Have you watched any of those older Batmans in a while?
I haven't seen them in ages.
They've aged very interestingly.
I feel like a lot of movies of that.
They're very well. What's interesting is they're very they feel like comic books.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Whereas in a lot of the modern comic book movies, like, they don't put Wolverine in a yellow and black outlandish costume, right? All the X-Men are in like black leather,
Yeah. Yeah.
But the older ones, they put them in like the kind of attire straight out of the comic book.
Yeah, the same colors and
Yeah.
yeah, bright and vibrant versus dark and grimy. Spike watched Batman Returns last night, so that's why he is on point with his knowledge here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it since 1998.
What's funny that this came up is, I don't know why, but today I was thinking about the first Michael Keaton Batman, because I was really into prints, and I got this special edition. It was in a round tin, black tin with the Batman symbol on it, and it was a CD and like a round CD booklet with lyrics on each page, and that was Prince did the soundtrack.
Interesting.
And I don't know why, but I was thinking about that today.
I would pay good money for something like that.
Yeah, and but I can't remember any of the songs, so I was gonna look it up on streaming and just see how bad or good it was. I can't remember.
The She-Hulk series felt like a comic book, which is why I think so many fanboys hated it. That's interesting. I didn't try it. I didn't watch a single episode because it got such bad reviews, and She-Hulk was never one of the characters I was super into. So that's interesting. If it is like more like a comic book, I would be. Oh yeah, the Party Man song by Prince.
Right.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, we're in good company here.
We are. I'm telling you, the streamer people, they're my people.
Yeah, I would have this conversation at work and no one would know what I was talking about.
I also feel like we have some, what I will call, distinguished viewers tonight. Love the Batman Forever is Still All About Kiss from a Rose by Seal. Yes,
right.
It does. The music video has Batman in it. Oh, that's so true. She-Hulk was solid. Oh, they do a lot of the fourth wall breaking. Yeah, that is weird. But that's interesting.
I don't know anything about She-Hulk. I never read about She-Hulk, so I didn't watch the series, but I probably should, because honestly, I thought all of the TV treatments Disney did for Marvel were really good. Like,
yeah, I think
I was never a big Hawkeye fan, and I thought that series was done really well.
The only thing that bothered me about that series was that they just, and it makes me so sad, it's like they made him seem like he was 100 years old. Like, I felt every joke where he was like, we're going too fast, or is this run over yet? And I was
right.
Let's not make superheroes age. Like, he's my age. Don't do this to me. I'm feeling it. Don't. Oh, stop. I just needed it to be a little bit more that somebody could get through old age. And I know Hawkeye is, superhero-ish. He's just a man.
Right.
Yeah, it was in the comics. I just find it weird to watch somebody doing the breaking the fourth wall. It always weirded me out, even with, like, they did it in 6 Feet Under a bit, and that was always strange to me. Good night, Hannah. Hopefully tomorrow you get some time to put your Repentia together. Yeah. Hint, hint. Yes, come back to the stream anytime. You are more than welcome. Sisters unite. Thank you so much for the follow, Bowel Soup. Thank you for following just so I could say that out loud. It's pretty much, yes. Welcome, PM Dage. I'm terrible with all these names, and it's gonna be the thing. Somebody's gonna change their name a couple of times and refollow just so I make mistakes about it. That's what I would do to people. So if I found a streamer who's really bad at it, I just mess with them. It's the kind of person I am.
Okay.
I know that we're surprised. I am still here painting bronze, and you guys are watching this nonsense. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like watching our stream. We like being here. It's nice that somebody wants to listen to me randomly talk about geek stuff. I like that the conversation can veer, that it doesn't always have to be 40K. Like I have other geek things. Like, okay, I will find out if you guys are really my people or not. Does anybody in the chat like the X-Files? Big X-Files fan. This is where it's gonna, I'm gonna hate you all after the end because you're gonna be like, X-Files sucks. Will we come back in a week and you'll still be painting it? That's a really plausible answer to be a yes.
Just be a poll.
Yeah, I'll add that as a poll. How long will Claire still be painting this nonsense thing? 1 week? 2 weeks? Okay, alright, we got a couple of X-Filers. Doloronos, I suggest that you watch it, honestly, starting with either the first movie. Yeah, I know the story arc got really weird after David Duchovny left. That was... I don't know why he left. I don't know. David had some issues. We all know David had issues. He wanted to do Californication, and then he apparently wanted to become a sex addict. That was his story arc. But leaving, they should have just ended. They should have ended it. It was not the same. But I actually really liked the couple of... not as much the first season, but there were a few premium stories that they did in the 2 seasons that came out recently, like 2018 and maybe 2020. There were premium storylines. There's this one that's, I don't remember what it's called. It's like the story of the Wolf Man or something, or the were lizard. I don't remember. That was glorious. That was one of the best Monster of the Week episodes in X-Files history. Absolutely. And then the one I was talking about the other day, why were we talking about the sushi? It was something about the sushi restaurant. Oh, paying for the... we went to a sushi restaurant and you could pay, and there's an X-Files episode that's about, machines and what would happen if machines were a little more sentient, and it starts at a sushi restaurant. So good. It's a really creepy episode, but it's very Monster of the Week, not veering into the lore, because I feel like that's where they went wrong. If you don't have Mulder, the lore of the X-Files doesn't make sense.
Does it make any impression that you like X-Files?
They're chatting at me. They're with me. X-Files shown. Yes, there weren't a lot of supernatural shows back in the day, and none of them did really well even after. Fringe was kind of the only one that tried to get it right. Yes, I really like X-Files. I have an X-Files board game that...
I've played 3 times, so...
There's only 2 of us in this house, and you need 3 people. Is the real problem. I'm gonna make Michael play it.
Yeah, he'll play it.
Will he?
You can get him to play it.
Can I? Will I have to bribe him? I'll make him a coffee.
My difficulty with X-Files.
What is your difficulty with the X-Files?
You know who really likes X-Files is Jerry. You can get him to play. I'm just one of those people like
Mayfair wishes. I'll have to try that one.
solve the mystery. Like, what are there aliens? What's happening here, people? Like,
But the government is.
I went and saw the movie, and it was like I didn't get any answers.
Which movie? There's 2 movies.
Oh, there's 2 movies. Oh, do I see this? Yeah. Do I? Well, just tell me now. Does the second movie answer any questions?
The movies, everything answers questions. You just have to choose which side you're on. That's the beauty of it, because Mulder is a believer, Scully is a skeptic. And so you
Okay.
get both sides of it.
That's not an answer.
It's an answer. Mayfair is Anne Rice. Oh, so is it, so it's witches and vampires and that kind of stuff?
Wait, what?
Charmed actually was good. I will give Charmed the credit it deserves. It had some weird stuff, and apparently there was a lot going on behind the scenes. So has come out from some of the nonsense
I just heard
interviews.
I just heard Anne Rice. There is a new Interview with the Vampire series, isn't there?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought so.
Maybe. If anyone knows, our chat knows. There's also a series called Bitten. I heard of that. I saw maybe a trailer or something, but I don't think I ever saw any of it. Hi, Supporter 45. Welcome to the chat. We are here painting and talking about sci-fi television. If you're an X-Files fan, you get extra points in tonight's chatty chat. Because that's how I roll. Books. Oh, so Bitten was based on books. Okay, that
No,
makes
I didn't know that.
that makes it more worthwhile to look up. I do like werewolves.
I'm regretting signing up for 60 poxwalkers.
I would regret it after about 4.
I'm excited about the level of detail, but it's a horde army.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of
Now I know how Imperial Guard players feel.
television shows, I believe that the horde of poxwalkers should all be named after characters from The Walking Dead, just to make it a little more special. Oh. Doloronos thinks you should do 80.
With Arcs of Omen, I can do...
Bitten books.
Yeah, I can do 80.
Oh, Kelly Armstrong. Okay. I will look them up. I'm currently reading a book that isn't a 40k book and remembering that there's a world outside of 40k. So I probably should, every once in a while, read something that isn't.
I'm curious.
Although I did just read the Silmarillion again.
Is anybody else painting right now?
Painting? Who's painting? I'm not painting. I'm slowly losing my eyesight by staring. Best 40k book. Just started reading all the Skraven books right now. I was painting. My stuff is on the other desk.
Did someone say Skaven books?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I really would like to paint that army. I haven't thought about the books. Are the books good?
Best 40k book. Honestly, I thought the 2 Talons of the Emperor series were some of the best writing I've seen in 40k.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Daxfy says that they just started the Caiaphas Cain books. I am unaware of what that is.
Yeah.
Is that a 40k book? Is Caiaphas? Sounds like a 40k name. The Skaven books are a bit pulpy, but they're fun books. Certainly not high literature.
Yeah, I love my pulp. So.
Yeah, it's not a problem in this house.
Yeah, I just reread all of the original Conans.
Yeah, that was what wasn't available on e-reader.
Oh, right, yes. I had to buy the
Yes.
original Ace paperbacks, find them on eBay,
Yes.
and not pay a lot, so they were old. Remember one smelled like incense or something?
Oh, yeah.
It was like...
Yeah. And this is what he's bringing to bed. A book that smells like incense.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very happy when we got to the end of Conan. I did read The Silmarillion
Oh.
again. I read it many moons ago, and then I read it again because after watching the
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power series, I was like, oh, I want to go back and remember some of the lore. Worth reading again. I mean, it is a slog. It's not a light book by any means, but it's good. It's good writing.
I love my Lord of the Rings, but I couldn't get through it.
I know. It is a slog. It is a slog.
But I love Rings of Power.
Better towards the end. Is the Talons series separated from the Horus Heresy? Yes. So Talons of the Emperor, it takes place, it's like the beginning of the Indominus Crusade.
Is it called Talons of the Emperor?
I'm fairly confident that it's called Talons of the Emperor.
Let me check Goodreads.
We're gonna check that one. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's called Talons. So it's basically the very start of the Indominus Crusade. Yeah, I know. It is, like, you gotta get past those first 100 pages. Alright, Delaronos, have a good night, sleep well. Tiny Clans, you like Age of Sigmar fantasy or 40k fantasy better?
So really quick update. It's Watchers of the Throne.
Watchers of the Throne, but it is the Talons of the Emperor's characters. Yeah. Okay, Watchers of the Throne. Name wrong, people in it right.
And it's a 2-book series.
Two-book series. They released I have it, because I buy everything. A couple of years ago, they released a part of their big early year push. The Black Library stuff was a set of the 2 characters. It's beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, what's really cool about it is it's got the sisters and the custodes character, and it's a like subtle relationship. Mm-hmm. They have some good combat scenes, a lot of politics. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, really it's definitely a little. I think it would actually. I believe that's the best place for them to start for the Amazon thing, because it's the start of the Crusade that is kind of the most current. Right. It's super well written. It doesn't have a ton of characters. Some of these books I start and I'm like, wait, you're introducing me to 30 new characters in this book? I have to keep track of this for the rest of the series? Oh, in the next book you're gonna, okay, alright, this is what we're doing. This one didn't do that. It was much more concise, and it's only 2 books, so it would be a good start. Personal opinion. Also, I think Henry Cavill would make a killer Valerian.
He would, yeah.
So that's my story. To answer Tiny Clan's questions, do you like Age of Sigmar type fantasy or 40k type fantasy more? Both. I think I like Sword a little more. I like the close combat type stuff because I like it when they describe like close combat versus far away combat that you kind of get with the lasers. And sometimes a good space opera laser or like true
lasers
like a good ship battle can just be really well done, and I do think that they've done some good ship battles in the Dawn of Fire series.
Yeah, I do. I'm a sucker for the ship battles.
Lost count how many times I've started Hobbit and Lord of the Rings books, but this is really, yeah, I know it is a slog. It's worth it. It did give me, I liked having the context. I actually want to rewatch Powers of the Ring before the next one comes out again, which is years away, so I have time. I'll still be painting this thing, though. I guess for the Cavill series, do you do something Kill Team or Necromunda?
We have Necromunda. We painted up some of the games.
Mm-hmm. And you've been playing that Necromunda video game. Yeah,
that's pretty good actually. That's a good that was a little gem. I didn't even know about it till recently.
Cephas Cain is Commissar, hero of the Imperium. They're lighter than most of the 40K books. They can be a little repetitive in the formula, which is totally fine. I'm a sucker for ships too, but also like me, Black Knights and Jack-o'-lanterns. I don't get the Jack-o'-lantern reference. Do get the Black Knight reference. But in my head, we just played a Sleepy Hollow game, and so all I see when I see the word Jack-o'-lantern is the Sleepy Hollow board game.
Yeah.
It's a minis game. We painted the minis. Well, Will painted the minis. He did it in like a minute, and it was really good. It's considered a what do you call it?
It's like a legacy game.
Yeah, like a legacy game. And your characters change, but you get to paint the minis. Oh, it was so good. And yes, the Sleepy Hollow TV series was very good. The movie was all, like, the older movie was very good, too. Headless Horseman. Yes. So good.
Yeah, that game was fun. I felt like the formula of that game would be good for actually like tabletop, like a board game version of D&D.
Yeah.
Right? They did a really good job of kind of like, it felt like an RPG at times. You had missions, you had kind of tactical combat with miniatures.
Yeah, it was one of the best board games that we've played in a while.
Yeah, and then like it wasn't just kill these monsters. It was like you have to accomplish these tasks, and yeah, I thought it was they did a really good job of designing that.
Yeah, I agree. It was really good. Yeah. Best TV series to board game was Battlestar Galactica. Do we have that board game? Is there a board game we don't own?
So, we do not have Battlestar Galactica, but what we do have is we have...
a Battlestar Galactica Frazetta?
No, it's the re-skinning of Battlestar Galactica that... Oh, why can't I remember the name of this game? We've been playing it at game night. It's out from Fantasy Flight...
Battlestar Galactica was absolutely amazing. The series. Not sure about the board game.
This is gonna bug me. I can't remember the name. I'm gonna look it up.
I'll allow it.
Unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, it's called Unfathomable, and it is basically it took the Battlestar Galactica game when they lost the license to it.
Oh, that's the one that's Arkham.
Yeah, so Battlestar Galactica is basically it's a semi-co-op. There's Cylons that you're not aware of. Some players are Cylons that you're not aware of, and they get revealed during the course of the game. And so Fantasy Flight lost the license to that game. But they wanted to update the rules because they wanted it streamlined. There was some good criticisms of that game. And so what they did was they used the Arkham license, which is basically open source, and they created this game Unfathomable. And I think it, you lose the Battlestar theme, but I do like the Arkham theme. But they have totally, if you just like the mechanics of that Battlestar Galactica game, I recommend Unfathomable. They've totally streamlined it. Yeah, and so instead of it's like, it's 1920s, 30s, whatever. You're on a passenger liner, and then it's one or more of the players are cultists.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
and
about
then the monster. The instead of Cylons attacking the ship, it's monster. Coming from the deep ones, right? And it's an Eldar.
Yeah,
or elder ones. Yeah.
You should host a game day here just so we can play that.
Yeah, it's good. I wonder if they'll do all the expansions like they did with the Battlestar Galactica game.
I don't know. Just read the description of Unfathomable, and yes, it sounds like Battlestar Galactica, and like it given that I love the Lovecraft Cthulhu universe. Yeah, if you haven't played any of the I live next to Fantasy Flight headquarters.
Oh my god, I would be broke.
Or did before Ismati bought them. Yes. We have pretty much every single thing that Fantasy Flight has ever thought to do. Pretty sure Will somehow has like a connection where he just gets every unpublished game even.
I'm always a bit jealous. The store there, the headquarters store, looks like they have a lot of events that I'm always jealous I can't attend halfway across the country.
Yeah, they do.
It's either living there or in Nottingham. I would
I'm sorry. We're going to have to teach, before we go to Nottingham, you're going to have to learn how to say Nottingham.
Nottingham.
There you go.
I would be broke if I lived in Nottingham.
Yes, you would be. I didn't know Warhammer existed when I lived in Nottingham. When Fantasy Flight was rolling in the Star Wars money, they had loads of events all the time. And a food court.
Wow, a food court.
What other Fantasy Flight games do we play?
All the living card games. So Marvel, Arkham Horror, Lord of the Rings, yeah. It's weird. I can't pick a favorite. They're all really well done.
Is Conquest?
Conquest is also Fantasy Flight. Fantasy Flights. They've been weird with the Games Workshop license. It's like, from my perception, and anybody on the chat can correct me, but it's like they'll get a license, and then they'll create a game that's really good, and then they'll like immediately lose the license, and then there'll be no expansions, or they'll just cut it short. Like
the Star Wars game,
Forbidden Stars, was like an amazing board game I thought they made in the 40K with the 40K license. And it had those four armies, and then it's like, oh well, they're obviously gonna keep going with this, have Tyranid, like all these possibilities while you're playing it, and then they lost the license. And then Conquest, I think that was actually their second card game that they made, and then they lost the license and cut it short. Because Conquest I thought was good, but they
and they have like 100 tables.
Oh, it's painful hearing this.
Okay, I went to an escape room in Toronto that they worked directly with Fantasy Flight Arkham Horror for it. That escape room is now in Seattle, and I want to go, and Will doesn't want to. So come visit in Seattle, and we'll go to the Arkham Horror escape room.
I feel claustrophobic just thinking about it.
They let you out if you don't.
If I scream loud enough, they'll be like...
No, you only get an hour. I'm sure there's a safe word.
My safe word's pineapple.
I'm sure there's a safe word. You know I love those escape room things. We went to one as a team, and oh my god, I lost my mind because it's a team event, and everybody was fucking it up so badly. I lost it and was like, fine, and I was like, we have 30 seconds left, and I just finished the puzzle, and the door swings open. Or no, it was Excalibur, and I take Excalibur, I was like, alright, we're going, we're done, we win. The other team didn't win, so it was worth it. That's why you do escape rooms with me. I will take over. I will make sure we get out. We solved it. Oh, it was so good. We solved it, but right at the end, I decided to throw the game and release the demons. That works too. That works too.
I can get behind that.
The doors are never locked in an escape room, so you can walk out at any time. There you go.
They did that for people like me.
Yeah.
They had some incident.
Just so weird. Games Workshop and Fantasy Flight had a decent relationship until Fantasy Flight made a tabletop game.
Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense. Huh. Yeah. Oh, that does make sense.
Spike is on a 25 plus game win streak for escape rooms, so
Wow.
apparently he and his team are quite the escape artists. It is 10:36. Do you want to go to 10:45? Do another 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm going to do red pants.
We're gonna stay on through red pants.
Actually, I'm going to do...
since I have zero ability to say when I should
I
stop.
don't think I've done a red... Of the hazmat guys, have I done a red one? No. I've got blue, I've got yellow. Do you think red for the next hazmat?
Oh yeah.
What do people think?
Yeah.
Anybody have a... Choose my hazmat suit. I've done blue and orange.
Okay. So Games Workshop, they had the good relationship, and then Fantasy Flight made Legion. So Games Workshop dropped everything that 40K that they had distributed.
Yeah.
It might be 1:36 where you are, and you might be okay staying up until that time, but I have a very early morning, and I need my I won't kill people at work sleep. You two are a bad influence on me, as I was telling myself I was going to go to bed by midnight tonight. You can go to bed anytime. I condone sleep. I condone sleep.
You want to choose my hazmat suit?
I think you should do red, or you could do a fun color. You could do pink.
I love how you're like, you could do red or you could do red the color you're going to do or a fun color.
I think that not working until 10:30 a.m. means that you can happily stay up. I have to get up at 5:30 to drive an hour to work, to then do some really bad things tomorrow.
I don't know about pink.
Aren't all colors fun? Daxfy says all colors are fun. This is
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
This is true. I used to start at 4 a.m. Oh, God. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. I don't know what you do at Costco at 4 a.m., though.
Someone's at Costco at 4 a.m.?
I assume, are you driving around like a forklift, putting big things on pallets at 4 a.m.? Or are Costco's 24 hours? I don't actually know the answer to that. Worked in the bakery. That will do it. Bakery jobs are all early. But at least then you get off, and then you can have a normal, afternoon to do things while things are still open. I go to bed at 3 a.m. and wake up at 7. Tiny clans, are you very young? Or are you just one of those people who doesn't need sleep? Because I am neither of those things. Some people get hangry. I get sleep angry. What, I don't know, sleepy?
I get both.
Yeah. I do too. I get hangry, but I have to be pretty hungry to get hangry.
Oh, not me.
No, you don't have a snack for 20 minutes and you're hangry. But it's less hangry. You don't get hangry so much as you get I can't make a decision-y.
Right. I shut down my battery.
Yes.
I go into low power mode.
Low power mode.
Yeah.
Yes, the robot needs a charge. You're one of those people.
Low
Okay,
power
well,
mode.
good for you. Our merch teams and forklift drivers start at 2 a.m. My goodness. That does sound like kind of a fun job, though. I would totally drive a forklift. Not sure I would do it well. I'd eventually get the hang of it. I got a very tight turning radius. Special brownies.
What's that?
We live in Seattle, so there are
Right,
far more than 10 pot shops in town.
Oh my god.
We Can't count. Some of them are as big as a Costco. City I mine only has 80,000 people. Okay, so 10 for 80,000 people. That's
That's pretty
impressive. Yeah, that's a good ratio.
Do you remember the time I was washing the car and realized I had misread the label?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a bad situation. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I've been stressed lately. I'm gonna get some gummies, but you know, I'm a lightweight. And so I got these gummies that had virtually no THC, but then it had like what was it called?
Delta 8.
Delta 8. And so
I will never forget Delta 8.
And I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, okay, so each one of these gummies only has...
It was 1 gram of THC.
Was 1 gram.
Listed as 1 gram.
Where the usual gummy was like 10 grams. So it's like, okay. And I know like the 10 gram gummy is like too much, so I want like 3 grams. So I had three gummies, and then I needed to lay down. And
if you are unfamiliar,
and then I was like, it just has Delta Z, and then we looked it up in Delta Z, or what was it?
Delta 8.
Delta 8.
Which also sounds like, Delta 8 Bravo 99, like some military thing.
Which it had 10 milligrams of...
Which Delta 8 is THC, but in this state, you don't have to list it as THC. You can list regular THC separately, but we didn't know that.
Yeah. So I ended up having 30 grams of... Oh, that was bad.
It was... Basically, he came into the house and was like, I don't, like... He was quite concerned, but not quite...
Yeah, I was pretty concerned.
And then I'm looking it up, and he just laid down on the living room floor. I eventually got him into bed, and he wouldn't let me leave his side, but he wouldn't open his eyes. It was... Yeah, I am not prepared. I was unprepared. It was... There's more than one kind of pot. We've confused people now.
Yeah. I have some opinions on the lack of labeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of why they need to just federally regulate it, so that there are rules that are consistent across everything. There's a bajillion different types of cannabis, and cannabis has 2 things. Thank you for the follow, Wolf Bible. It has 2 kinds of things that affect you in different ways. CBD and THC. THC is the thing that makes you feel high, right? That's the thing that gives you the high, and 30 grams of anything. It would be like drinking...
Oh, it's horrible.
...a handle of whiskey.
I have to be honest, too. It just seems like... How can that happen? Yeah, I felt a little like they haven't really worked out the regulations.
Which is weird because our state is one of the states that was the first in the U.S. to legalize it, so you'd think it would be better, but the state keeps changing all the rules and things, and it's just it's a hot mess. Yeah, so now you all know.
I mean, it's not going to kill you, but it is going to send you into...
Yeah, be around someone. Preferably someone that knows what's happening. Snoop Dogg pot that he sells is the only one that excited.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes, Snoop Dogg does have his own marijuana brand. I worked for a company that sold software to cannabis companies for a while, and they were on our list of customers we were trying to get. Like, our taxes are higher than the US, but when it comes to strict provincial regulations on cigarettes, alcohol, and now pot. Yeah, a lot of that here, especially in the state of Washington, is kind of similar. We don't have income tax, but we have fairly high sales tax and quite high sales tax on things like pot,
Oh,
alcohol,
right, yeah.
cigarettes. I think cigarettes are actually one of the highest taxed things. Which, sorry if you smoke them, but they are quite lethal. Awful. Yes, Snoop Dogg has a cannabis company. Who's the comedian?
You have to give me some more information. Who's the comedian? Starts with...
Yeah. Oh my god. The guy who clearly goes to every awards show on something.
Zach Galifianakis?
No. The other one. Similar style. He's in those same kind of movies. What was he in? God. See, I'm getting sleepy and can't remember my words or my people.
Oh, the guy, he was in Moneyball?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I know.
Jonas.
No, not Jonah Hill.
Not Jonah Hill.
Not Jonah Hill. God.
We're really bad at this.
Which then feeds that tax. We are really bad at this. Feeds that tax revenue into our healthcare. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that at all. Wow, really? That would be a cool thing to toss on your resume. I sold tech to Snoop Dogg's pot company. I do like using it quite a bit. Kevin Smith just quit pot. He is 2 weeks without it. I don't know if Brad Pitt... Jibber jabberish. Is Brad Pitt a stoner?
My god,
news.
he's got to be. Yeah,
Jim
right?
Carrey. Jim Carrey definitely seems like a stoner. I feel so dumb that I can't think of this.
Brad Pitt, definitely.
Yeah, now that you say it, it makes perfect sense. Actually, the best... I will tell a story that beats the Snoop Dogg story in a second.
You're still trying to figure out this.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, yes.
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen has his own cannabis company, and they became one of our customers.
Right.
Another customer of ours was Tommy Chong. And so I work in marketing, and we were having a user conference, not that kind of user, but like our technology users. And we secured Tommy Chong as a headline speaker. And he got real stoned between the time that he arrived and we went through all of the like mic testing and going through the questions, and he was totally fine. And then he left the building for about 15 minutes and came back and could barely put a coherent sentence together. Our chief revenue officer is asking him questions and he's really not answering them. He made multiple sexist remarks, racist comments, and it was a 60-minute interview. And 36 minutes into it, he says, "Are we gonna be done soon? This is live. We're live streaming it because it was in the pandemic. So we're live streaming this on YouTube to all of our customers." And he says, "Are we gonna be wrapping up soon? Can we take a break or something?" And my CRO is like, "Well, we're live right now." And then he goes, "Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom. I've got to piss like a racehorse." And just Tommy Chung gets up in the middle of our live stream and walks off the set to go use the loo. And luckily our CRO, being a quick-minded individual, said, "And we'll be right back." And our TV crew was able to throw it to, a cut screen. I died. I was like, I am absolutely able to just hang my hat on this for the rest of my life. Like, I can now retire as a marketer because Tommy Chung left my live stream to go have a wee. That's my Tommy Chung story. You're in marketing too. Well, welcome even more to the chat. Yes, Seth Rogen definitely smokes pot. Apparently, he comes to all of the award shows incredibly stoned or on mushrooms or other things. He's very open about it. What are we painting? Well, I am painting non-heresy stuff. I am painting the Battle Sisters Battle Sanctum. Will over here, Mr. D6 veteran, is painting a lot of heresy. He's painting some Poxwalkers. Apparently, he's gone with the yellow.
I did decide to go with the yellow hazmat.
Yeah, more yellow.
Well, I'm just basing it right now.
That's my story.
Yeah, so just because somebody asked, I've got a Death Guard kill team, so it's a combination of Plague Marines and Poxwalkers. These are 2 finished Poxwalkers. And we are going to a grand tournament. Not until July.
Yeah.
I'll have to play kill team, and so I'm making another Death Guard kill team that fits a display base that we've created. So yeah.
Yep.
This kill team, by the way, just got clobbered by
Yeah, heresy went down.
by your Novitates.
Yeah, your little big commanders got killed by baby murder nuns. It's the Novitate battle team, the baby murder nuns. Yes, I can take some serious critique as a marketer. I also can tell people that it's subjective, it's art. So both ways win. I am now to the point where I don't get a lot of critique. Don't have anybody to critique me. Okay, Spike, it was great to have you on the chat tonight. Thank you so much. Get some rest. And it depends on the next time I see you. If I see you in 3 weeks, then maybe this will be painted by then. If you come on the chat tomorrow, when I'm going to have a solo painting session while Will plays board games with his friends, I will still be painting this, clearly, because I am nowhere close. Nowhere close. Tomorrow. Okay, well, I will be painting it tomorrow. I will be painting it, but I will not be done with it. I did talk at college once, and people would get upset when someone made a small critique. No, you must take critiques as a marketer. Everybody thinks that everybody can do marketing. Good night, Spike. Yeah, everybody thinks that they can do marketing, especially when you're at a small company. I find, yes, everyone thinks marketing is easy. It's actually quite difficult. Because and especially if you're a marketer, marketing to a marketer is one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. So I worked for a technology company, where we sold to marketers. I was like, this is going to be impossible. We see through all the tricks. We know everything. You have to actually have a good product. You can't sell to me. And yes, it is one of the few jobs that you can yell at the CEO of a company. I used to have a CEO that I would gauge how well I was doing at my job on how much I could make the vein in the top of his head bulge by kind of upsetting him a little bit. Because if you're upsetting the CEO, and I'm a product marketer, so it's really about saying, like, our product isn't good enough, we need to be doing these other things. This is what our customers are saying, voice of the customer. Oh, beautiful. Such a lovely thing. Have you wrapped?
Have I wrapped?
Wrapped up?
You want me to wrap?
Are you? Yeah. You do a little Snoop Dogg? When are you going to start painting your Nurglings? Have you seen the Nurgling? Do you see those? the Nurgling barricades, that's my favorite part.
Right, yeah, I made custom barricades. out
So
of
excited about
Nurgling.
it, I ruined everything.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm fine. It's fine.
Making custom objective markers. Yeah, the streaking grime is almost dried.
That is true. That is true.
What's true?
You have to be a little crazy and blunt, because if you do what your boss says and someone says that's ugly, they'll just say that you did it. All right, we are gonna wrap up so I can get some sleep before I have to go hopefully not yell at my CEO boss. That'd be good. Try to not yell at him tomorrow. We have a hard day ahead. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining. This is awesome viewership, much appreciated. Thanks for the follow, Tiny. It was great to have you on. I will be back on tomorrow night, probably starting around 7:30. Probably go until 10:30, trying to finish this freaking basilica, or at least get vaguely close to it. And then we'll probably not be back on until sometime on the weekend. For sure, Sunday, do a little paint session in the morning. Maybe another kill team game. We'll see if we can get a Kroot Sisters Novatate game going sometime over the next couple of days. All right, I am going to toss this over to a raid because I love being raided myself. I think it's a great concept of getting you guys over to someone. Let's see, we've got... Can you show me that again? Got it. All right, we got some people painting. We're gonna send you over to Lost Damien here.
He's doing some Ultramarines.
He's doing Ultramarines.
I love
Classic.
Ultramarines. Classic.
Classic. All right, 3, 2. Good night, y'all. Have fun. Enjoy. Sleep well.